Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be making a belated birthday card using the Lawn Fawn Hang in There stamp set. I'll be using this sweet little sloth image as well as a couple of sentiments from the stamp set. I'll also be using the My Favorite Things Inside Out Stitch Circle dies, the Lawn Fawn Small Stitch Rectangle dies. For my pattern paper, I'll be using this Perfectly Plaid Rainbow 6x6 paper pack from Lawn Fawn. Really pretty plaids in there. For my inks, I'll be using my Hero Art Shadow ink in Grape Juice, my VersaFine Onyx Black ink, my Broken China Distress ink, and to color my images, I'll be using my Zig Clean Color Real Brush markers. So let's get started. I begin by creating a standard A2 size card base using some white cardstock. Then I'm going to take the largest of the stitched rectangle dies and cut a panel from this green plaid paper from the paper pad. And I'm going to do the same with the pretty purple paper. And I wanted to use the stitched rectangle die on both of these, even though I'm going to cut them down just so I would have that stitched edge for those. So I'm going to trim both panels down, and then I'm going to just attach those together with some liquid adhesive to create my card panel. And then I'll just attach that to my card base with some tape adhesive. Next, I'm going to bring in my MISTI, and I'm going to stamp the inside of the card. I like to do this before I get too far with the outside of the card because I'm always afraid I'm going to mess up and I will just totally wreck the entire card if I do so. So I'm going to stamp up this Happy Belated Birthday sentiment with my Hero Arts Grape Juice ink. I'm going to ink that up twice to get a good stamped image. Cleaning off my stamp, and then I'm going to take the little sloth from the stamp set and stamp him inside. And I'm just going to use some of the same grape juice ink to do that. And I think I stamp him up twice also. Now I'm going to take some Bristol Smooth cardstock, and I'm stamping the little sloth again with some VersaFine ink because I'm going to be using my Zig Clean Color Real Brush markers to color those in. For the little leaves I stamped here, I'm using 041 light green. And then for the little hat, which I end up not using, I used 041 light green and 081 light violet. So for the little branch, I'm using 062 dark brown. And I'm just going in and adding some color and then blending that out with my water brush. So for the little sloth, I'm just adding color, and I kind of made splotchy color all over him, trying to make it look like fur. I'm not sure if I really succeeded at that, but that was my intention. But for him, I'm using the main part of his body, I use green gray 093. And then for his face, I use 095 dark gray. And I'll just continue to work on him until I have him the way I want him. I die cut all of those off camera. So here I'm taking another piece of the Bristol Smooth cardstock, and I'm going to create a little area to place my little critter. But I'm using some Broken China Distress ink and just blending that out onto the Bristol Smooth cardstock. Then I take a MFT stitch circle die and cut that out. And then I'm just going to adhere my little sloth to that. Then I adhere the little leaves. And I think I'm using some multi-medium matte for that. And I played around with the little hat, and I ended up not using that. I couldn't get it to look the way I wanted, so Then I take the same stitched rectangle die and cut out a piece of fun foam and attach that to the back of my little image there. And now I'm going to stamp my sentiment. Sorry, I'm slow. And I stamp that in the same grape juice ink that I used for the inside of the card. And I cut that out with another of the stitched rectangle dies. So now I'm just using some liquid adhesive to adhere my little sloth to the card front. And I placed my stamp block on top to hold him down for a bit. And now I'm using some tape adhesive, foam tape, to attach my sentiment. And then I just add some of these pretty purple doodlebug enamel dots to finish off the card. And I fuss around with those until I get them where I want them. And that's my card. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.